A landmark franchise in the video game industry, Mortal Kombat, has continuously evolved the fighting game genre with high-quality cinematic story modes, new approaches to post-launch support, and a continued desire to push the limits. Regardless of what era you played this fighting game, it was always a good, fun time. So it only makes sense that after our ranking of every Tekken main game, you will also get a ranking of every Mortal Kombat game. Just like in the Tekken video, which you'll find linked in the description, in this video we will be focusing solely on the main MK games, leaving out spin-offs and any mobile games. I'm Josh, and welcome to HotFix Gaming. These are all the Mortal Kombat games ranked from worst to best, so let's get started. Number 12. Mortal Kombat 4 1997. The franchise's first ever 3D game is more often than not viewed as the worst entry of the entire series. After the overwhelming success and steady evolution of the first 3 Mortal Kombat games, Midway topped off its blockbuster trilogy with perhaps the most underwhelming 4th entry it could possibly have. As the first game in the series to deliver 3D visuals, the graphics have aged considerably worse than any of its predecessors. That could be an easily forgiven offense if the gameplay was at least as good as the previous entries, but unfortunately, the unresponsive controls and uninspired new characters made this the low point in the fighting series. Number 11. Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe 2008. This, in theory, could have been a money-printing machine for publishers and developers, if only they would have not given it a T rating, T for teen. This meant that the game lacked the iconic violence and fatalities that players have come to love and enjoy. The 3D fighting wasn't the best the series had seen, the fusing of the two universes set a weird narrative premise, and the teen rating made this feel like a bad excuse to resurrect the franchise after it supposedly ended 2 years prior with Armageddon. Perhaps the best thing to come out of this collaboration would be the seeds it planted for the superb Injustice series. Number 10. Mortal Kombat 1992. The original Mortal Kombat laid the foundation for the entire franchise, and is a constant reminder of just how far the series has come since those golden arcade days. However, despite how iconic it is, the combat was stiffer than Street Fighter, and the low kick attack would be spammed for cheap victories. And the fighting mechanics haven't aged as well as its successors. Still, the first title in the series is more notable for its shocking nature than the quality of its gameplay, which contributed to the creation of the ESRB that rates games nowadays. Number 9. Mortal Kombat 2 1993. If the original Mortal Kombat was a controversial game, then the second entry was just asking for trouble. Quicker and slicker than the first game, Mortal Kombat 2 dialed up its ability to shed digital blood and introduced some of the most memorable fatalities of the series. On top of that, the game also poked fun at concerned parents with its over-the-top friendship finishes, expanded its roster, and had some of the most iconic art direction in the franchise. Look past the flashy special moves and unhinged bloodletting though, and you'll find a game that has evolved to not only stand toe-to-toe with some of its biggest competitors, but put them on notice with a killer combo of style and substance. Number 8. Mortal Kombat 3 1995. Mortal Kombat 3 hit that sweet spot for classic gameplay and fascinating new systems, blending fresh ideas with the trademark violence of the series. With this new title, you could now close the gap between you and your opponent by charging at them, and you could use brutalities, mercies, and animalities. The only problem with the third entry of the franchise was that it lacked a few key characters from its roster, especially Scorpion, a thing that upset many fans upon the game's release. But Midway's ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 more than made up for that slip with an expanded cast that capped off the early 2D era of the series in grand style. Number 7. Mortal Kombat Armageddon 2006. Armageddon was supposed to be the final chapter in the franchise, but ended up too big for its own good. Favouring quantity over quality, the gigantic roster meant that cuts had to be made in order to squeeze every warrior into a single disc. So, individual styles dropped from 3 to 2. There were fewer unique fatalities, and the Conquest storyline paled in comparison to the other titles. Still, despite several forgettable inclusions and the fewer distinct styles, it's hard to knock a roster that includes such a huge collection of fighters and even allows you to create your own. And if you're enjoying our ranking of Mortal Kombat games so far, make sure to like this video as it really helps our channel grow. Number 6. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance 2002. As the Mortal Kombat franchise began targeting home consoles first instead of arcades, developer Midway started thinking more about story. Deadly Alliance kicked off a new trilogy of 3D fighters, with a massive revelation that two of the series' most evil characters, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, had joined forces. By implementing multiple fighting styles and offering up a balanced roster, there's a lot to like with Deadly Alliance. In addition, fans of the 3D era of the series will look towards Deadly Alliance as the one that led the franchise down the right path, but with a limited number of fatalities and the conquest mode simply serving as a tutorial for characters. It's not the strongest game of the trilogy it kicked off. Number 5. Mortal Kombat Deception. Deception took what Deadly Alliance did as its foundation and built a glorious new title with improved gameplay, fun modes, and new ideas that had a substantial impact on the flow of matches. Deception ended up as the best Mortal Kombat of the 3D era. The gameplay was solid, the new death traps and stages made each fight unpredictable when facing a cunning opponent, and Conquest mode expanded to become a fun adventure that was almost on par with Shaolin Monks, cementing the legacy of this incredible sequel. Number 4. Mortal Kombat X 2015. The follow-up to 2011's classic reboot Mortal Kombat X was most likely the darkest entry the franchise has ever seen, both in terms of tone and visual presentation. Famous for its experimental roster that included horror-themed Mortal Kombat guest characters and the fast-paced gameplay it brought to the table, Mortal Kombat X stands the test of time for those who enjoy its tone. The addition of rollback netcode helped make its online appearance smoother than ever before, but its standard soundtrack and story mode left more to be desired. Number 3. Mortal Kombat 11 2019. Mortal Kombat 11 is a game that explored the furthest reaches of the Mortal Kombat lore, introduced another suite of memorable characters, and embraced the community in unprecedented ways. Whether you're talking the nods to the series' past or the massive Aftermath expansion that added an entire second story mode, Mortal Kombat 11 delivers full throttle on every front. The game also onboards players better than ever before, thanks to its amazingly in-depth tutorial, and it keeps players coming back for more with the latest iteration of the Towers mode and complex gear customization system. Number 2. Mortal Kombat 1 2023. The latest game in the Mortal Kombat series, Mortal Kombat 1, is a fine fighting game adventure that offers a refreshing reset of the franchise. It hits hard, looks beautifully brutal, and the new Cameo Fighters system allows for special moves on demand in the heat of battle. At the same time, it's a game that doesn't quite reach the high bar set by its superb predecessor Mortal Kombat 11, and it's weighed down by uninspiring online modes, lack of depth, and a grind-heavy endgame. The invasion mode could have used some more work, and the omission of a spectator mode is disappointing. But as a back-to-basics refresh of Mortal Kombat, there's plenty to love here. A great story to sink your teeth into, and decadently devastating visuals to gawk at when you execute a stomach-churning fatality. And the best part is, there's hope for more content updates coming up to improve further the gaming experience. Number 1. Mortal Kombat 9 2011. A landmark moment for the series, this hard reboot erased the past mistakes of the 3D era in favor of bringing the gameplay back to its roots. A polished product through everything, from its visuals to combo potential. 2011's Mortal Kombat is the peak of the franchise for most fans, despite the game being over a decade old. A solid cinematic story mode, hundreds of bonus tower challenges, introduction of functional online, unique Mortal Kombat guest characters, and even features like its tag mode made Mortal Kombat 9 a true love letter to fans. Perhaps MK9's biggest legacy over the decades since its launch is its emphasis on narrative storytelling, which established the franchise as the best-in-class storyteller in the fighting game genre. Which MK character is your favourite? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you want more gaming content, make sure to check out our ranking of all Tekken games, together with our 10 games that are impossible to beat video. Both are linked on screen.